On this episode, fog, stormy weather, headwinds, and turbulence, but we reach our destination. So, beautiful morning here in Schefferville. It's calm, warm. The visibility is a bit reduced. There is smoke from the forest fires, but it's still okay, still VFR. Pretty nice place here. I'm gonna make my way down to the airport and still waiting for the visibility to improve in Sept-Iles. It's half a mile now. Yeah, I would like to have the visibility at least a mile before I'll be on my way. The forecast is set to improve. It should be more than 2 or even 3 miles after 11. But anyways, I don't want to risk it, so I'm playing it safe. So off to the airport. Hopefully there's gonna be somebody there to let me in. Sunday morning the town was just as quiet as yesterday. Luckily there was a commercial flight about to depart also for Sept-Iles, so there was a person who could let me onto the apron. Good morning. Okay, so the weather is now 3 miles, scattered 300, overcast 400 in Sept-Iles. So we're good to go.
Uniform Zulu, you're cleared to Charlie Yankee Zulu Victor Airport via Schefferville.
Okay, so here we are lining up runway 17.
Schefferville traffic and with 527 leaving the zone vertically to the south.
Greenbank, Browning from Zulu taking off runway 17 departure to the south. Alright, lights, camera, action, here we go. Power set, instruments in the green, airspeed alive. 55, rotate. Out of usable, tap the brakes, gear is coming up. And autopilot is engaged. Montreal Center, hello again, Lima Yankee Bravo, uniform Zulu, airborne from Schefferville, crossing 3,300.
Yeah, can you give me your departure time from Schefferville?
Departure time 13, Lima Yankee Bravo from Zulu. Yeah, weather's not so bad here, but lots of smoke from the forest fires here in Quebec. Okay, so we just leveled off at 8,000 feet and we've been cleared by Montreal direct to our destination. And just settling into cruise power here, cleaning out the mixture. And so far the wind is not so bad, headwind of 8 knots, so it's okay, ground speed 121, can't complain. Heading towards the south, the smoke did clear up, but then came the clouds. And as I got closer, I was able to listen to the weather from Sept-Iles.
Information November with us 1600 Zulu, wind 110, visibility 3, mist, calculation 200 few, sitting 600 broken, 3000 broken, temperature and dew point 21.
Okay, so that's what we have in Sept-Iles now, which is 3 mile visibility, 200 few and 600 broken, so that's very reasonable. And indeed that was reasonably good weather, but let's get nerdy for a bit. 3 mile visibility and 600 foot ceiling is way above the minimum required of half a mile visibility and minimum altitude of 200 feet. But there are a couple of key details in there for a recipe for bad weather. Or bad visibility to be precise. One is that the temperature and the dew point are the same, which means that the air is 100% saturated with moisture. And another one is the light wind blowing directly from the cold St. Lawrence River. A textbook example for advection fog moving in.
Bravo, uniform Zulu via Tuque, clear to the Sept-Iles airport for the ANAV approach on runway 09.
It did say 15 miles visibility to the north, which does give an impression that the weather is only improving. But guess what happens next?
Weather update, visibility 1, mist, sky condition, ceiling 300 broken, 600 overcast. The fog is moving on towards the airport right now.
At that point, I was still roughly 10 minutes from landing and thought that my probability of landing before the fog moves in is quite low. So I was mentally preparing for a go-around and then proceed straight to the alternate because I didn't have any extra fuel to wait around for the weather to improve. And on top of that, I managed to make the situation even more stressful by making this stupid mistake. As I reached for the landing gear lever to put the gear down, I accidentally pressed the go-round button. What this does is puts the autopilot in go-round mode, causing the plane to pitch up for a climb and follow a specific go-around routing preset in the navigation system. As you can see, this really caught me off guard since it's the first time this has ever happened to me. Luckily, I didn't deviate from the approach path too much and managed to reset the autopilot and get back on the approach. And then, if that wasn't enough, as I approached the minimum altitude...
Airspeed, airspeed.
I have contact. Wow, right at minimums. How lucky am I, guys?
I was looking outside to get a visual contact with the ground when a bit of low-level mechanical turbulence caused my airspeed to fluctuate below a desired value, and the onboard system gave an oral warning for low airspeed. I corrected the speed, had visual contact of the ground, and was able to make a safe landing. But this approach definitely put me out of my comfort zone.
That was nerve-wracking. I managed to arrive at the moment when the weather deteriorates to basically minimum. The information the controller told me, the fog is moving in, and it is, you can see up ahead. So I got lucky there.
I gotta say, having modern navigation equipment and autopilot really help in situations like this. The fog never did move over the airport in the end, and that's the unpredictability of maritime weather. At the airport, I got talking to a fellow pilot who was ferrying an aircraft from Newfoundland to Ontario. He could only fly the aircraft under visual flight rules, so he has been stuck in Sept-Iles for over a week already waiting for better weather, coming to the airport every time he saw a weather window open up, only to watch it close back up soon after. Today was no exception, so we shared a taxi back into town.
Well, here we are, Sept-Iles, and I got some avgas, finally civilization. I got some cell phone service. Got my stuff, and I'm gonna spend the night here because a storm is coming, so I can't really push much further west tonight, so I'm just gonna spend the night here. And the storm passes tonight. Tomorrow should be clear sailing all the way to Port Perry, Ontario.
With history of Aboriginal settlements and trading posts in this area, modern Sept-Iles was just like Schefferville, rapidly built in the 1950s during the construction of the Quebec, North Shore and Labrador Railway, linking Schefferville and Wabush to the port at Sept-Iles for the transportation of iron ore. Today it's still mostly a port town for iron ore and also has one of the biggest aluminum smelting plants in North America. As usual, I spent the afternoon riding around on my bicycle.
Good morning, guys. So Monday morning, here we are in Sept-Iles, and the rain just passed and the weather is looking good for the rest of the day, pretty much all the way to Toronto, and we're just leaving the hotel right now. 10-kilometer ride to the airport to wake me up. About halfway there. The rain has stopped. It's actually quite pleasant, about 18 degrees. Very humid. And there's still some fog. It looks like it's getting thicker up ahead. Hopefully that passes soon, so we can depart.
On the way, we pass over the railway, that is the backbone of the region's economy, and enjoy some views of the foggy St. Lawrence River. So guys, the fog is lifted and we can fly to Tuque. 3-hour flight. Here we go.
Sept-Iles radio bonjour. Cessna Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu.
Cessna Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu, Sept-Iles, good morning.
Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu taxiing to runway 09 from Aviation. Runway 09 is clear. Lights. Camera. Action. 08. Takeoff power set. 55. And we rotate. Gear is coming up. Autopilot is on. Montreal Center, hello again. Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu on Sept-Iles 2 departure out of 1,300. Proceeding on course and climbing 6,000. Lima Yankee Bravo Uniform Zulu. Okay, so level 6,000 feet on our route to Tuque. And once again, the headwinds are just relentless. 29 knots, direct headwind right now. It's just headwind luck all the way through Canada.
Shortly after passing the town of Baie-Comeau, cumulus clouds start forming, and I try my best at maneuvering to stay out of them as much as I can. Even though this flight is IFR, which allows me to fly in cloud, flying in cumulus clouds is never a good idea. Cumulus clouds develop vertically, which means there are significant updrafts and downdrafts within them, creating turbulence that can sometimes be severe enough to cause structural failure of the aircraft. These clouds can even develop into cumulonimbus clouds, abbreviated as CBs in aviation, which are basically thunderstorms. And thunderstorms bring severe updrafts and downdrafts, winds, hail, and lightning, all of which are dangerous for even the most sophisticated aircraft. An onboard weather radar can be used to detect CBs and maneuver around them. My aircraft, however, has no such equipment, so I have to use my eyes to see and avoid as much as I can.
So we just descended to 5,000 feet to stay below the cloud layer, and I just cancelled IFR to maintain the altitude. And the wind is much better here. It's only 15 knot headwind. So it's a bit more bumpy, but we'll get it a lot faster. Alright, so 5,000 headwind increase once again, so let's try 4,000. So the wind lower is not better. Maybe it's back a little bit, but it's actually stronger. So we'll climb back up to 4,500. That should be a good compromise. We only have about 30 minutes left in the flight, last 25 minutes. So turning right base, runway 19er, gas, undercarriage, on green, mixture prop. Here we are on the ground, Tuque. Let's get some fuel.
Okay, so here we are, Tuque Airport. Got some avgas. Not much going on, just some construction. They're expanding the airport, I suppose. And we'll hop in a plane and off to Greenbank, close to Port Perry, Ontario. 3 hours, 20 minutes flight, battling headwinds and turbulence. Gonna be fun. Let's go.
Oh guys, this is no fun. Headwind, of course, showing about 18 knots headwind right now, and it's bumpy. I have a feeling it's gonna be bumpy for the next, well, the whole flight. 3 hours, 20 minutes. Let's hope I don't get sick. I'm loving this headwind. I'm loving it. We're getting a downdraft now. And my ground speed is showing 84 knots. Woohoo! Yeah! Guys, it is so hot. 22 degrees. I don't want to go higher. where it's smoother and colder because the headwind there is like 40 knots. So here I am, but I am gonna go into shorts mode. Should have done that earlier. Much better. I could use some flip-flops too.
As we cross into Ontario, a bit of nostalgia sets in. Canada is a special place for me. I have spent 10 years of my life living here. In fact, this is where I learned how to fly.
So guys, I'm only 40 minutes away from Greenbank. And that's gonna mark the end of this part of the trip. My parents are meeting me in Greenbank. Can't wait to see them. Also, my family's flying in tomorrow from Lithuania. And we're gonna spend over a week here in Canada. It's gonna be good times. Can't wait. And then July 27th, we're off to Oshkosh. It's gonna be a Wednesday, so not the full week, but we're gonna spend 4 nights there. That's gonna be a lot of fun too, flying into Oshkosh. And the event just gets bigger and bigger every year. And the last time I've been was 2017. This is the only time I've been, and I can't wait to see what has changed, what kind of new things are on display, and what kind of air shows they're gonna have now. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting as well. So, looking forward to that. So this area here, this takes me back. This is where I learned how to fly, guys. Northeast of Toronto. There's a training area, and I did all my cross-country flying around this area as well. Yeah, some great times here for sure.
Greenbank traffic, Bravo Uniform Zulu, right down at 16, full stop.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this first half of the trip. I certainly did. So stay tuned for more episodes, because on the next one, we head to USA for the biggest aviation event in the world, the Oshkosh AirVenture. See you then.